prescribing it. But here's the problem with what you guys want, okay? It is not some research says take it, some research says don't, okay? It's just not that way, all right? And it's not even close. I'm telling you, I have not spoken with anyone in preparation for coming here tonight who said you can say ivermectin works with COVID. That is my doctor does believe it can be effective. So she's cool. She is cool. Her name is Dr. Robin Rose, and if you have long COVID or someone you know has long COVID, look up Terrain Health, Robin Rose. She's doing her best. But the point remains the same. The point remains the same. What did he say?
I didn't catch that.
Say it again. I didn't hear it.
Is she a veterinarian?
Oh, that's funny.
That is funny, though.
That is funny.
Let me say something on this, and then we can move on. You said something, and I think to me, you know how we talk off camera and we have some great conversations together, and just listening to you guys right now, I want to sit on the sideline and just listen to you guys speak. My job is to just go to the next door and let you guys talk. I have such an easy job today because my wife and I, right after this, we're going to spend the weekend together because on our anniversary, she is Julia, my Tico boy. Tico says, who said it? He says, Daddy, if something happens to you, Tico can run PBD podcast because he's also PBD, right? And then my pop's also over here. But, I'm listening to one thing. If you know my dad, he's the greatest man I've ever met in my life. But when I'm listening to you, Chris, all I caught was one thing. I've heard everything.
All that? You only caught one thing?
Trust me, it's just one thing. No, I'm telling. And by the way, you have to understand, it's only one thing I caught about this whole thing. What you want, you're not going to get. You said something. You said, in this world, if you apologize, they will never let it go, and they'll always come back. Look at Trump. He never apologizes. So what that makes me think about, you either are following Trump's lead, then you agree with what Trump does is right, so you want to be like Trump, to say, I want to, and I'm just, I'm telling you this as a brother, you're like, hey, that's what Trump said. Or on the other side, you're like, man, say if I go the other side and I say I messed up, then these guys are going to come after me for the rest of my life. If you go back and look at data on what happened with Joe when all the Planet of the Apes stuff that they came out, I don't know if you remember that when it came out with Spotify, Daniel Ek defended him. He came out and he made a video. I don't know where the video was by his cold. It was somewhere outside. He's just making a video and talking openly. And it's like, we shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done this. You know what the world said? You know what? Freaking A, good for this guy for apologizing. Are you kidding me? You're
talking about the stuff in his comedy act?
Yeah.
And the racist stuff.
Well, I mean, all the stuff that they put together saying, I listened to some of the stuff.
But that's what they made him apologize for.
Well, it's not about that's what they made him apologize for.
No one made him. He apologized for it.
But the point
you don't think that the money he was getting from that company came with them having leverage over what he apologized for and what he didn't?
I happen to know about this, and he's a good friend of mine. Joe Rogan is the boss of bosses. He could have done whatever he wanted to. Okay. And he apologized because he felt bad about it. Yeah, that's the truth.
So then if what you say, what you just said right now, you're saying the bosses made him do that, then the argument goes with you to say the bosses made you defend the vaccine and go up against the ivermectin because the bosses paying you made you do that and you didn't do that. Is that correct?
No. The bosses never made me. I wish I could give you guys the defense. If CNN made me do it,
right
like Tucker says about the war.
But it's not right on the CNN side.
There's no parallel.
No, by the way, can I just say, what Tucker says about supporting the Iraq war is, I was wrong and I'm so sorry for doing that. Yeah. That's what he said.
I know, but no, that's not what he says. He says Fox confused me and duped me into believing.
I literally just had a conversation with the man face to face a couple weeks ago about this.
And I'm literally,
he said, "I'm so ashamed of it." And
I know
I'm so
he definitely
sorry
says
that I
that.
supported
He definitely
the war.
says
so
it.
it's not.
Definitely
And by the way, he was the #1 guy in cable news till he left, and now he's one of the #1 guys on the internet.
I totally get it.
You can apologize.
It's not about not apologizing. I apologize all the time. What I'm saying is the reason you're asking for it here is just as a simple gotcha. Trump is right. That if you apologize in this dynamic,
well, let me ask this.
That's all they want.
Let me just ask this and save everybody time so we can go to the next 4 topics. Is there anything you regret when you did during that time?
Yes. So here's what I would have done different. One, I would have never been on TV, even though it's the thing I get thanked for most in 25 years of doing this. I would not have been on TV when I was sick. It extended the illness. I think it may have been why I wound up having these extended symptoms, because I didn't let myself beat the fever. I should have done that, okay? Two, I wish that I knew then what I know now about about watching what was happening in the country with the second, third, and fourth iterations of the virus, because things changed. Now, I'll give myself a little bit of a defense in that I wasn't on TV for a year of this, but I was there when it started to change. We saw breakthrough infections, and